Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited to share something that's had a profound impact on my life, and that is fasting. For me, fasting is not just about health, it is really about slowing down, cultivating a deep, profound sense of gratitude, and being able to just come back to the simple joys of life in this fast-paced world. Before we dive in, I would love to hear from you. Have you ever tried fasting before? What was your experience like? Drop a comment down below. I would love to hear from you and start a conversation about your fasting journey. Now let's explore what fasting truly means for me and how it's completely transformed my life. I remember the first time I tried fasting, and don't get me wrong, it was really difficult. You really have to fight those demons in your mind telling you that you can't do something. But it really opened my eyes to all the things that we take for granted. The simple things like getting a nice cold glass of water or a quiet moment to ourselves to really just tune into our bodies. There are so many people in this world that do not have access to clean water and the abundance of resources that we have at the tip of our fingers. Fasting has helped me slow down and just truly appreciate each moment for what it is. Finding the gratitude and love in each moment has been so essential for me, especially during the challenging times of my life. Have you ever felt like life was just moving so freaking fast? Like you were constantly rushing from one thing to the next? Fasting has really helped me to slow down and truly appreciate each present moment I am so blessed to have. So how do you find time to slow down in your life? What simple pleasures bring you joy? Share in the comments what works for you. I'm curious to know. For me, things that I do to slow down in life are just really taking that moment when I feel like my head is spinning out of control. No matter what I'm doing, is to just pause, lay down for a second, regroup, because our thoughts just like to control our minds sometimes, and we are more powerful than our thoughts. And I have to do this multiple times throughout the day, because when you're going through a challenging time in your life like I am right now, it constantly feels like all the work and effort that you're putting in is not working. Like a personal example is I have not been generating income since April. And so that's a really difficult thing for me, because I've been putting all my time, effort, and energy into making YouTube videos, staying positive, training myself, and educating myself, but none of those things have generated any income. Next, let's dive deeper into the power of slowing down and how it can completely change your life in this fast-paced world. In a world that's go, fasting has always been that reset button for me. It forces me to slow down and tune into what is really important. Fasting has taught me that slowing down is a form of self-care and success. It is really awesome to tune into those things that challenge your mind and your body and realize that you have so much strength to overcome any of the things that your mind is telling you that you're incapable of. If you're watching this right now, take a deep breath with me. Just pause, breathe in deeply. And let it out slowly. How did that feel? Let me know in the comments. This is just proof that just the smallest little things to incorporate slowing down can make the biggest difference in your life. Even if it's just for one moment of pure silence, closing your eyes and really just retraining your mind to think positive thoughts in that moment. It is difficult. It's something that I struggle with and challenge myself with every single day, because feelings and thoughts come quick, and if we don't correct them, we will just downward spiral. Slowing down naturally brings us to the next part, embracing gratitude and the simple pleasures in this life. One of the biggest lessons I've learned from fasting is gratitude. It makes me so grateful for just the smallest, simplest things of life, like a glass of water, or just reconnecting with yourself for a day, laying in bed, being lazy, or just not talking to anybody for a day and having the freedom to do that. I would like to actually fast more than I already do, but with my work schedule, I have to make sure I have enough energy and mental strength. And unfortunately, when we starve ourselves for multiple days at a time, our emotional aptitude isn't as heightened as it could be. When you strip away the excess and focus on what truly matters, you find the simplest joys in life, like just going for a walk with your dog, or looking out the trees dance in the wind, or your beautiful avocado tree just ripe with so many avocados, and my papaya tree just going off right now. For example, breaking a fast with the simplest gift of water is such a pure example of the joy and things that we take for granted in this life. It truly feels like a gift when you get that sip of water. It's so funny when I've gone through my fasting phases. Like, I'll drink water and I just feel like it's the best thing in the world because it really just resets your entire body, but also your taste buds. I feel like when I fast, things taste completely different when I come off that fast. It's just a great reminder of how lucky we are to have fresh, clean water, to even have water in our running sinks, in our shower. You know, this is a thing that a lot of people around the world don't have access to, and we forget and take for granted the abundance that just consistently exists around us. And you know, life has really been teaching me that lately. I'm super grateful to have come back to that. It's been a little bit stressful, especially if you have ever struggled financially and put a lot of money into your business. You know, I just want to let you know that you're not alone, and it is stressful, and you know, life isn't a piece of cake. What is one simple thing that you are grateful for today? It could be anything: a warm cup of tea, a walk in the park, or just a pure moment of silence to really tune into your body and come back to yourself. I would love to hear your thoughts. But if you are new to fasting and want to experience these amazing benefits yourself, don't worry, I've got you covered with some practical tips. Let's get into it. If you are new to fasting, don't worry, it is not about deprivation. It's about giving your mind and body a chance to rest and reset. Start small, maybe try intermittent fasting or a 24-hour fasting period. Listen to your body and go at your own pace. I tend to be one extreme to the next, so maybe don't always follow my patterns, but I definitely recommend trying intermittent fasting. I kind of just naturally do that throughout the day. A 24-hour fast is a great way to step into that. You know, I feel like, especially if you have a plan, the thing is with my work schedule and the things I do on a day-to-day basis, it is quite impossible for me to do those fasting plans with all the things that I have to do every day with technology and not being able to be present. So it is really important to plan out your fast so you can remain present to that moment and really focus on that gratitude when you have other things and commitments that you have to work towards. Unfortunately, that takes away from the entire point of fasting. So I would definitely recommend planning it out for yourself, making sure you don't have any obligations or commitments for however long you plan to fast, and then just sticking to that goal for you. You know, for me, like I've always told myself, I'm not going to set a specific day. I can set a goal date, but at the same time, I'm not going to shame myself if I don't make it to that day. Fasting has also been a really interesting thing for me to experience because I've dealt with an eating disorder for most of my life. So kind of separating the social norm of fasting, starvation from just resetting your body has been completely essential for me to incorporate food without shaming myself for it. So I'm really excited for next week's video to get more into how I have overcame and dealt with my eating disorder for a lot of my life. It's not something that I even admitted to myself until quite recently, and it's something I still struggle with. Like experiencing your body go through natural changes, and like even in my face, for example, when I am healthier or, you know, start working out more, of course, like I'm gonna gain muscle mass. The goal here is to find what works for you. Have any of you ever tried intermittent fasting or other fasting methods? What was your experience like? If you are considering fasting, what is holding you back? Do you think that you can't do it, or you just never tried? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'm here to support you. I find it super interesting, and these are things that I love to chat with people about, especially with what they've found that works for them, if they've ever tried fasting before, if and so why they have or have not. I've spoken to other friends about this before, and they're like, oh my God, I could never not eat for a day. So it's really interesting to hear about other people's experiences. We are almost at the end, but before we wrap up, let's just take a little recap as to why fasting for success is not just a diet, but a lifestyle for you. It's just so much more about tuning into your body and what you actually need from what you want, and separating those wants from what you actually need. It's so powerful to understand how strong your body is as well. Like when I've gone through those 4-day fast that I've been on, I'm just like, wow, my body hasn't had food in 4 days. Like, I cannot believe this. Like, I still feel strong and I was still working out, and then really challenging your mind to not feel frustrated or emotional during those times, even though it's difficult. Don't get me wrong. I still go through that all the time, but it's really interesting to challenge yourself in those ways, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And it brings you closer to the higher power as well. So that is my take for fasting for success. It's not just about the physical benefits, but it's about the mental, spiritual, and overall benefits for yourself and the world around you. It's about nurturing your soul, slowing down, and expressing gratitude for the simple pleasures and joys that we have in life, that we simply take for granted because we're always focused on the next thing. If you've enjoyed this video and it inspires you to try fasting for the first time, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more insights and empowerment to just raise your vibration and help you become the best version of yourself. Remember, we are in this together, and although I've overcame lots of different challenges in my life, I still go through challenges every single day, and my channel is just dedicated to authenticity and being real with you guys as we embrace this journey of life together, because it is not always rainbows and cupcakes, I promise, and somebody's life can look absolutely amazing on the outside, and just remember, it is a highlight reel of their life, and my goal is to just be authentically who I am in each moment and help others to not feel so alone. So if you're struggling today and need a shoulder or someone to talk to, please feel free to reach out to me. I am always here for you, and I just want to let you know that you're not alone. Don't forget to subscribe on more content for wellness, personal growth, and expressing gratitude for the simplest, most beautiful things in this life that we often take for granted. And before you go, what is one thing that you're going to do today to slow down and enjoy the present moment and express gratitude? Please share it in the comments and let's inspire each other to make the difference in this world that it needs. When we shine our hearts and align with our truest, most authentic selves, we inspire others to do the same. So that is my goal here, and I pray that you feel aligned and shine your heart today to be the most authentic, beautiful version of yourself that you are. You are worthy just for being you, just simply because you exist. And I just want to let you know that I love you, I'm proud of you, and let's shine and align together. Until next time, I will see you in the next video.